Andrew Neil's bombshell decision to launch his own 24-hour television channel to rival the BBC and Sky has been celebrated by Brexiteers, who warned it will inflict a huge blow on the corporation. The veteran broadcaster will be the chairman of GB News, signaling the end of a long-running relationship with the BBC, where he had been one of the most respected and popular political interviewers. He will also host a flagship evening program in primetime, leading the programming lineup. The channel, which will launch early next year, could shake up the TV news landscape, which is dominated by the likes of the BBC and Sky. Brexiteers have cheered the news of Mr. Neil leaving the BBC and starting his own news channel to rival his former employer. Brexiteer and commentator Emily Hewertson wrote on Twitter, "Truly brilliant news. Huge blow for the BBC. They have lost their star journo." Political commentator Darren Grimes, who has recently launched several scathing attacks against the BBC over the broadcaster's decision to scrap free TV licenses for over 75s, tweeted, "This is so exciting." Another person commented, "This is brilliant, but sad news for Andrew. He's been so loyal to them, but it was not echoed by them. Hell do brilliantly without the crushing wokeness of the BBC." A fourth person simply wrote, "At last the days are numbered for BBC News and the rest." One Twitter user said the BBC can bore off with negative stats and figures. They wrote, "Patriotic news is the best news, it's always great. I love hearing that the country is doing brilliantly no matter what you may hear elsewhere, so refreshing. BBC can bore off with negative stats and figures. Simple rule, if you criticize the UK you're not allowed on." GB News will broadcast more than 6,500 hours of content each year, made exclusively for the channel, which has secured broadcasting licenses from Ofcom. The channel will aim to reach 96% of UK television households via Freeview, Sky and Virgin Media. GB News hopes to initially create 120 positions, including more than 100 journalists throughout the UK. Global media and entertainment company Discovery, Inc. is the lead investor. During the summer, the BBC confirmed the Andrew Neil show would not return to TV screen after it was taken off air at the height of the coronavirus pandemic. At the time, the broadcaster said it was in talks with Mr. Neil about a new interview series.